The departed could not accept the maid's offer. If what she said was true, he could not give up on his search. He had spent years and years waiting to reunite with someone. His previous attempts may have been rife with mistakes, but he could not stop trying. Come, Master. Spend eternity with me in the mansion. We will have the most wonderful time together. The sweet tone of her voice, her cold fingers, her icy smile. These were all terrifying now. The departed had to escape. Had to break out of this darkness, make it outside. Master? What is the... He brushed the maid's hand aside. As her eyes widened aghast, he fled from the observation tower. Down and down the spiral staircase he went, though not a whisper of a footstep could be heard in the stone tower. The stairs seemed to go on forever. Down and down and down and down. At long last, the departed arrived at the bottom, dashing from the next room without a passing glance at the angel in the stained glass window. The maid had shown him around the mansion, so he knew its layout. Or perhaps, he was familiar with it even before arriving here. A large door came into view. The exit was up ahead. Master! But the next moment her voice seized him from behind. The departed turned back, and there stood the maid, wearing the same smile. Where do you think you're going, Master? I told you mustn't let go of my hand. This mansion is quite large. You could get lost if you go walking around unaccompanied. Now come, let us head back. And please do not let go of my hand. It was the same smile she always wore. The exact same. But right now, it seemed inexplicably ghoulish. The chill that ran down his spine was not from the lack of heat, but utter terror. Come, let us head somewhere else. The departed had to get out of here. I know. We can put some more kindling in the fireplace and start a fire. The sweet firelight and gentle warmth will have you feeling wonderful in no time. He had to get out of here. You must be quite disoriented. The impact of regaining your memories has you terrified. Am I correct? He had to get away. He had to escape. He had to get out of here. Do not worry. I will always take care of you. Keep you safe from anything that scares you. I will be here with you forever. The departed clawed at the door. It was not barred, so it should open. Nevertheless, it remained firmly in place. Now, you mustn't play around with that. Danger lurks around every corner outside. Fog blocking your sight, sinkholes in the road, a thick forest all around, beasts creeping about in the night. How could I possibly allow weak little you to go out into that? Now, come back to my side, please. You have no need to be here. The maid drew toward him. She reached out her hand. Her whole body seemed to be trying to encase him in ice. She wanted to keep the departed chained here in the darkness. Do not worry. There is nothing to be afraid of. He had to get out of this place. He had to break free. From this house of darkness. From this doting maid. And from the maelstrom of tragedy. He had to remain firm, unyielding in that desire. His desire to go outside. His wish to be set free. He could not compromise or relent. His thirst for escape had to be stronger than the maid's intent to keep him here. If it was, the door would surely open. Master! The departed dashed out into the light. There was nothing blocking his escape outside. No fog, no forest, no sinkholes, and no beasts in sight. The light was so bright it almost hurt his eyes. It was a world exactly opposite the darkness within the house. Master, please wait. You mustn't go out there. Come back, quickly. The departed could hear the maid's voice, but he kept running through the light as far as he could go. Wherever he arrived, he was sure that was where he was meant to be. Once, though, just once, the departed looked back over his shoulder. It was blurry in the bright light, but he could see the mansion there. It wavered like a mirage, as though it could disappear at any second. The maid standing in the open door. She was desperately reaching her hand out for him, but he was far out of reach. It seemed she could not leave the house. Perhaps he felt a pang of pity for her, but he was not sure. And when he could no longer hear the maids shouting for him, the departed's consciousness snapped off. He fell not into darkness, but light. What was I doing again? That's right. I was on my way to school. Now what was I doing dozing off in the middle of the road? I'm not sure. I feel kind of in a daze, like I just woke up from a terrible nightmare. In the middle of the day, in the middle of the road. Nothing like that's ever happened before. Has it? Something doesn't add up. I can't remember what I was doing. It's like there's a big gap in my memory. What was I doing? Who was I looking for? Need to stay focused. I have to get going or I'll be late. I know this place all too well. It's the same route I take to school every day. There's a vendor along the way that always waves good morning to me. Always. The same route? I know this place? Yes, I know this place. I see it every day. Every day. Nothing changes. It's always the same. My perfectly normal, ordinary everyday life. A gentle breeze brushes against my cheeks. My hair flutters as my gaze slides upward. I'm looking at a tall, handsome man with long hair and a somewhat despondent demeanor. I think I know this man. As soon as I see him, I feel someone stuck their hand in my chest and is squeezing my heart. It's hard to breathe, and the overwhelming sense of familiarity has me on the verge of tears. Elation jolts through all my extremities. I know. This is the person I've been searching for. Excuse me. Excuse me. I have to get him to turn back. I have to look him in the eyes. I have to talk to him. We have to be reunited. I don't know his name, and he probably doesn't know mine, but still. This is fate, so... Back to the mansion. What? I must go back to the mansion. Hold on, there's something I need to tell you. How could I have made that mistake? It was the worst possible decision. I have to make things right. I have to take her hand. I have to make her smile for me. If I can't do that, what am I even alive for? What did I even return from the everlasting darkness for? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. What are you talking about? This time I'll do it. Can you hear me? Why won't he look me in the eyes? And if it's not possible in this life... Stop. Please listen to me. Why does he keep moving forward? Then I'll just have to place my hope in the next one. Wait, red light. I beg your forgiveness. I made the worst possible decision. Though I will not make the same mistake twice. No matter what form you may assume, I will not err again. I promise I shall come back for you. Giselle! Hey, someone call an ambulance. Someone's been hit by a car. What? Ending 2, coming for you. So I have to point out something. DDA did not attack him as he was leaving because he was not in his human form, so to speak. He was still in shadow form, I guess. That's what we can call it. Otherwise, if you remember, when you go out there in your normal form, DDA is waiting and will attack. And you know he is out there because Georg is still in the mansion and everything, so it's not like they suddenly appear after Michel regains his memory. Just some food for thought. As for the white-haired girl in the ending, it might be Morgana. It's possibly likely. It's also possible Michel may have fractured like she did, so couple different ways to interpret that. But otherwise, let's go back one more time. This time, we will not let go of her hand.